3 tops. This formula is still 3 tops, going strong. Do you ever have those days when you just don't vibe with anything that you're putting on? I don't know what's going on today, but I just don't feel like anything is working for me today. And I don't mean that like, oh, it looks horrible or something. It's just like I'm not vibing with anything. These earrings, I don't know if they are working for me or not, because from this angle, I don't know why they were designed this way, but they don't look like bows. It's a bow. It should look like a bow, but it doesn't really look like a bow unless I turn. Can you even see it? I should have gotten the silver ones. You know, I've talked about a bunch of Disney shows so far. I've also talked about Pretty Little Liars and The Vampire Diaries in this series of videos. I feel like I was kind of pleasantly surprised by most of them because my expectation was kind of really, really low. Disney just likes to over layer things, you know? But when I looked at Hannah Montana, it wasn't that bad actually. Same with like Wizards of Waverly Place. Listen, you gotta get ready, okay? You gotta get ready. This one is really something. So, are you ready for this? Where do I even begin with this mess? I kind of calculated an average of how many pieces the girls were wearing per outfit usually. And the amount of times I've counted 3 tops, it's most of the time they're wearing 3 tops. I'm not joking. Each one of them has 3 tops on. Why? Why do you need 3 tops for one outfit? Jacket, okay, that's fine. Then there's I'm assuming it's a cardigan or something underneath that's buttoned up. But then under it, there's also another top, right? This is okay, not too outrageous, right? But then the skirt. Girlfriend, stop! God, I hate those skirts. Let me tell you what. Most things in fashion can look good. Whenever I say that I hate a piece of clothing or a style, doesn't mean that it would look bad on everyone or that it would look bad all across the board. It's just the ratio is off. Like, let's say that it usually looks bad in like 95% of cases. That's where I say that I hate a piece of clothing or a style of clothing because it doesn't work. So for example, with this piece that Zendaya is wearing, this skirt, right? It's a very common type of skirt where you get this elastic part at the top. It's kind of poofy at the bottom. It's really easy to wear for children. They kind of don't grow out of it as quickly. But this is a show that gives them 2 to 3 separate outfits per episode. Why would she need to wear a skirt that's like practical in terms of growth in it? You know, like this is not up for debate. You know, like if she was just a regular girl who shopped at Walmart just getting her skirt for school or whatever, it would make sense that she would maybe get this, right? But if it's for a show, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Listen, this pattern, I'm assuming this is flowers, right? And it's also at the same time striped with some white and black stripes. What the hell is going on with this skirt? This skirt, genuinely, this is probably the first image that comes up on Google, and right away I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be something. Got this high tops that she wore a lot in this show, Zendaya's character. Yeah, it's not cute. I'm not saying that it's impossible to style it well, but most of the time it looks shit. Like, just how it is, girl, just how it is. You know, I can't take out words out of a song. These jeans, like, look at them, right? At first you think, okay, so she's wearing one piece for the bottoms, right? And this is something that you need to pay attention to because these girls wear at least 2 fucking sets of bottoms in almost all of their outfits. Don't know why. Same thing with 3 tops. If you look at the jeans, at first you're like, okay, this is not great. Skinny jeans with cuts all the way down. Absolute nonsense. But it's like, okay, it could work. But then you look closer and you see that there's goddamn leggings under it. And the type of leggings that we're talking about here, you guys, is not thin, slightly see-through, for example. I'm talking about thick, patterned leggings. And this is why is this LuLaRoe bullshit under the jeans? Explain it to me, because I clearly don't understand. Again, 3 tops. She's got a jacket, a top, and then there's another top underneath it. That belt, I swear to God. You know what? I remember we had those belts a lot during that time. They were just on every corner. This little ass belt that you were supposed to put everywhere. This shorts with massive belt loops. And then you got this tiny belt. What for? Just couldn't you at least put a belt that's the correct size for these shorts? Why is it pink? This outfit that Zendaya is wearing is so 2010, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, this is not that offensive as the other outfits in this show, to be honest. I don't like these outfits, genuinely. I don't see any redeeming qualities about them, but I don't hate them. They don't make me question my sanity, okay? However, this Again, 3 tops. It's so long that it could also count the same as this skirt or whatever the hell on Zendaya in terms of like the length. It's almost the same length. 2 bottoms as well. So again, 3 tops, 2 bottoms ratio. This formula is still going strong. Ugly leggings on Zendaya. This outfit wouldn't piss me off like as much if this skirt wasn't there. It's weird when they put something too adult on them, but I don't mean that you need to be too adult. Just at least color coordinate a little better, because this seafoam blue or this bluish green color in her tights and this green poking out at the top, that's a different green. This is at the bottom, it's a cool tone green, and at the top it's green. So what the hell, why would you put both of them together? In outfits, most of the time, if you're trying to color coordinate, do not use colors that are very close but yet far apart. Have to perfectly match red to red or whatever. In terms of tone specifically, you have to be very deliberate about it. You can't just put 2 different tones of green in the same outfit and be like, they're matching. It makes sense because both of them are kind of greenish. They're kind of green, I guess. That's not how colors work. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Bella, I mean, the boots, the pants, at least like it kind of, I see what aesthetic, I guess, they were going for, but this aesthetic is not cute, so I don't know, man. Explain to me why Zendaya is wearing this short, cropped jacket, right? With cropped sleeves. The sleeves are legit up to here. Wait. No, up to here. This is normal sleeve, and it's over here, the jacket, right? And like, okay, the jacket, you wore a cropped jacket. Cropped jackets were really in back then, whatever. The problem is not just the jacket, it's the fact that there's a goddamn cardigan that's really long under it. What for? And then I'm gonna get another top underneath that's like a tank top. But wait, because see that pink or purple right here? Yeah, that's another shirt. Did she need 4 tops? 4 tops? Really? What for? What are we doing here? What's happening? Top that's short, that's not loose enough to be on top of something as thick as this top that's under it. The most annoying thing about Disney layering things is that a lot of the times, at least in the Shake It Up, they layer things that are either too tight, thin, or too thick. It's always something is off in terms of how they layer the pieces. They always layer things that are not supposed to be layered. Today's episode of this video series is genuinely crimes against fashion. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what is going on here? Looks like it's just 2 tops, right? No. It's 3. It's 3 again, because this striped one is separate from the one that's in the middle, that's underneath everything, and it's black. And then, as if it wasn't enough that we have this rips at the bottom with chains attached to them, this ugly sequin on a vest, this striped top. We also have this plaid hat, this plaid fedora with a bow on it. Don't forget about that. This is really something. Zendaya, I guess that they were thinking that they were kind of matching the girls in terms of the type of tops that they layered. So for example, for both of them, they have this tank top at the bottom. They have this weird thing that's kind of like a cardigan, but not really because it's a shirt. Like, see, this one is the gray one and here it's the striped one. And then a sequin vest for both of them. It was bad enough once. You don't have to style 2 people at the same time, the same way, when the decisions are just this horrific. Who looked at this top with this weird ass flowers and at this sequin vest that should be exclusively worn by magic act assistants mixed with this god knows what that's more of a street style kind of piece? Just give me a break. How many tops are there? Let's count it again. 1, 2, 3. 3. Also, this horrible crocheted arm warmers. Crocheted ones or not, I don't care. But this is so thick and stupid looking, I swear to God. This seafoam green and this pink. And this top, this gray top that's kind of like a cardigan. It has this ruffles around the collar. Or a lapel. I don't even know if you can call that a lapel or a collar. It's just such a weird shape. This one definitely looks like something that a kid would wear on the left, Zendaya's outfit. But at the same time, again, 2 bottoms. I think that this is the first time that she's wearing 2 tops instead of 300. Obviously, it's not cute, but it's appropriate for her age and everything. And it's not that outrageous, to be honest. Like, I don't love it at all. But it's not bad. It's not bad for a kid. It's not bad for like a preteen. This is kind of cute, you know? But then we go to Bella and she's got this vest with sequin and this fedora with feathers. Again, this poofy skirt on Zendaya. They really were pushing for those poofy skirts on her. I hate the patterns that they usually use, this like animal patterns and other things like that. Like it's not good patterns, not very well designed patterns whatsoever. Does Disney get paid by Walmart or something? They're really pushing this style that's very specific to the clothing section in stores like Walmart, Superstore, and other places like that. The skirt is cute, don't like the belt. The top also not really cute, but at least it's not 300 tops, right? Why are there suspenders in this outfit? This is horrific. I don't know what this was for, okay? In terms of like the episode, I only watched 2 episodes. I didn't like it. I think that I'm probably already aged out of the demographic, I think. I think that I think I was still within the demographic that they officially were targeting, but I feel like I was just like a bit too old to actually get into a show like that anymore. But I do remember a couple of episodes and I did not like the humor and stuff. It was very Disney-ish, but in a bad way. I think that now when I was collecting the outfits from different types of Disney shows, I realized that the only one that is kind of pleasant to watch is probably Wizards of Waverly Place. Everything else is a little bit too Disney-ish. They have good jokes here and there, but very far in between. Terrible skirts, poofy skirts, terrible belts. This top that's neon green or yellow, absolutely horrendous. Once again, how many tops are we wearing? 1, 2, 3. Oh, get ready. This one genuinely angers me because what the hell is going on? Do you see that striped skirt or whatever it is under the top part of the skirt on Bella? Do you think they were trying, like, I think that they were trying to match her with Zendaya, and Zendaya wearing this striped thing under the dress, which they wouldn't. Striped anything doesn't go with the rest of the outfits for either one of them. I don't know what is going on. Look at Zendaya's outfit. This one just makes me want to cry. Why would you layer a sweater that's that thick, patterned in this way, this color, under a dress that is blue, pink, slightly purple, is more of a cocktail dress or a sundress? Why would you layer a sweater like that under it? See what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not that they are just layering a ton of things and that's it. It's just some things that they layer, just pieces that never get layered anywhere else but on Disney Channel. Bella's outfit is not as bad, but still bad. And this part, like, genuinely, they were trying to match them or at least make sense together on stage. But this doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. However you go about it. This outfit, since it's formal and they're only like wearing a dress and not much else, it weirdly looks normal, right? Compared to all the outfits that we just saw. It's because all the outfits are so ridiculous that these dresses that are not very cute seem very cute to compare. Zendaya's dress, if there wouldn't be this black belt on it and instead of that it was the same material as the rest of the dress, it would be a cute dress actually. With Bella, again, them and their cheetah print, it feels like we saw these outfits already, because we haven't though. Because of the high tops on Zendaya, the color combination of this shade of pink and this specific shade of seafoam green, Bella wearing this military green kind of color mixed with a bit of orange, yellow, and whatever. This terrible, terrible, massive belt. All of these belts that were produced back then. All of this ugly, ugly belts made out of plastic and just garbage. It's all in the landfills now. All of this garbage is in the landfills now because it wasn't cute back then. It's not cute now. And I don't know why we allowed this to happen. Another top layered underneath to make it 3 tops, of course, with this massive belt that's also made out of a bunch of plastic that probably broke after wearing it once on set. I don't know what this top says. Fall for me? Is that what it's supposed to be? I don't know, because this makes no sense. 3 tops. Thank you to my patrons. I have released a video on Patreon that's an extra video. You have to just like download it if you are a patron of 2nd and 3rd tier, and it's about the difference between living in the West and East and friendships and stuff like that. Anyway, that was frustrating. I will see you soon with another video. Bye.